Hello everyone, I'm Frank the GaminTank, and it is a fact that I really love adventure games. And if you didn't know that now, well there you go. I really enjoy games that allow you to take on the role of a nobody and let you grow into this hero who will go on to eventually save the world. Games like Fantasy Life are perfect for that, and it's the reason why I have almost 100 hours clocked in on one save file without the Origin Island DLC. That's a game I'll get to another time, but for now, I'm talking about the Legend of Zelda series. When I was younger, I loved these games, but it was only for one thing only: the amazing gameplay. And that's the reason why I would praise games like A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds. But recently, I have grown an appreciation for the stories that they tell, especially the one in Wind Waker. And because I was able to enjoy the game in its entirety, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is my favorite game in the series. The story begins with the retelling of the events of Ocarina of Time, the journey of a boy dressed in green clothing and his fight against a great evil that threatened the land of Hyrule. The tale of the hero is passed down for many generations until it became a legend. One day the great evil returns and the people are left waiting for the hero in green, but the hero is nowhere to be seen, so they left their future to fate. In the present day, one little island celebrates the day that a young boy turns 10 years old, as is the age of the hero of legend. The tradition is to dress the boy in similar clothing to the hero, as it is the symbol of when boys become men and must learn the ways of the sword. However, in times of peace, it is unnecessary to teach such a dangerous skill. However, on this day, a series of unfortunate events leaves our soon-to-be hero no choice but to arm himself, align with pirates, and face the perils of the world in search of his sister Ariel. The Wind Waker takes most of the mechanics from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and builds upon it, creating more variety in Link's actions. There are special quick-time prompts that allow him to do special strikes to hit enemy weak points. Crouching and sidling give Link more motion, allowing him to do more than just jump from one place to another. It allows for more discovery as well. Hiding in barrels add a new layer of strategy when it comes to the stealth areas like the Forsaken Fortress. And I can go on and on about Link's new range of motions, but there's more. The new form of exploration is sailing on the King of Red Lions, and it's the most unique and polarizing form of traveling in the series. Some cannot stand the repetitive nature of sailing from island to island, but I find it to be the game's best feature. In most Zelda games, the method of traveling is running or rolling. That too is a repetitive way of traveling the many iterations of Hyrule. The best part of sailing is the fact that you are traveling through uncharted territory, and are allowed to take detours and create an adventure that is all your own. It creates a fresh way to travel for the series, and to be honest, it'd be pretty sweet to sail the ocean, ready to take on what's ahead. The new instrument is a baton that allows you to control the wind, allows the ability for fast traveling, and many other neat features. A welcomed addition to the series. As you're sailing the ocean, exploring a dungeon, or relaxing at a nearby island for a rest stop, there's always the accompaniment of great music and sounds. If there's one thing about Wind Waker I can praise for the rest of my life, is the music and the sound design. The Great Ocean creates a great feeling that you're embarking on something that is even bigger than you can even describe, fighting larger-than-life foes that create the belief that you're the only one who could vanquish all who threaten the world, even becoming more relaxed by the sounds of the ocean itself. The Wind Waker has an incredibly effective way of making you feel immersed in the game through its music and sound design. It's strange that the cel-shaded art style of the game can be so controversial, but I can understand why. With the Nintendo 64 games, it seemed like the series was going towards a more realistic look. However, I don't think the game would have been the same had Nintendo gone with more realistic graphics. Would the player be able to sail across the Great Sea without loading screens in between the oceans? That's the technical part of what I wanted to bring up. Honestly, I don't see the game being as great. It wouldn't be able to be as silly, or the characters wouldn't be able to look as expressive. And that's the number one draw to Wind Waker for me. Not everything has to be super serious. There can be goofy, uplifting, and serious moments. Something that hasn't really been shown up to this point of the series because everything was either so serious or was really doom and gloom. This game stands out as the title with the most character. And if the Wind Waker had one thing that really stuck out to me, that is the portrayal of Link's character. In times of peace, Link takes action and rescues a complete stranger who was dropped by a bird, leaves home with the dangerous pirates to save his sister, and takes on the great evil that threatens Hyrule. What sets this Link apart from the others is that he is a living, breathing character with a full range of emotions that will draw the player and experience the adventure in front of them. He interacts with a living, breathing world full of interesting characters, and it really brings the game together. When Link is troubled, you feel the same way. When there's tension, you feel the sense of urgency. The Wind Waker is the best example of connection between player and character. And that's why The Wind Waker is my favorite game in the series, because it brings out the things that I look forward to most in an adventure. Interesting characters, a vast world, and an adventure that I'll never forget.